Hello, welcome to season three. I'm a Torquay United football manager. We finally made it to National League. I know it's only two seasons, but I was genuinely scared throughout. I think when we lost to Dagenham at home and we dropped to second in the league, I genuinely was scared I was going to be National League side forever. But we've done the hard bit, and also the important bit, like that initial pressure's off now. The important bit now is I've actually got a really high National League squad, in my opinion. He's quite young and a bit naive and inconsistent, but that's the sort of squad I love to build and then grow, and then that can get you to like the next level. So the next level is to try and be competitive in the National League. First of all, let's see what happened in the rest of the world in season two in this universe. So Man City will win the league again comfortably. Arsenal third, Newcastle in Champions League, Man United seventh, Fulham, Ipswich, and West Brom going down. Man City are just dominating it in this. Well, on, they did they win the year before? Yeah, they did win it the year before. But 93 points this time. How boring. Leicester will gain promotion from the Championship with Palace and Leeds back up again. So they've turned into the real sort of yo-yo teams. Obviously, Palace came down last season. Wigan, Cardiff, and Derby going down. Millwall and Preston promoted it from League One. Exeter stayed up in 19th, doing all right. Plymouth mid-table. Colchester, Bradford going back down, Fleetwood and Cambridge going down from League One, Bristol Rovers going up, Grimsby going up to League One, Burton back up, Chesterfield going up, Crewe and Harrogate will come to the National League with us. Newport 19th for those sort of teams. And in the league, Notts County, who had that kind of shock relegation for League Two, went back up so that other way. York out of our way, they won the playoffs. Spawn was Boston, Southend, Altrincham, Hartlepool lost in the playoffs. Cheltenham went down again. Cheltenham are now in the National South in this world. So they've had, yeah, back-to-back relegations in this so far. It's not good for them. Tamworth went down. Maidstone went straight back down. Solihull went down. So who else going? Tottenham in the final. Well, they must have stayed up. Yeah, it's come 16th. Done well. So that's what we're playing. In terms of the transfers, I'll go through the whole squad in a minute. Well, I didn't have loads to do in the squad. Transfers in, I brought in Matthew Henderson Hall. He came in a free transfer from Man City. Similar idea, really. How to do that? I always sign this guy. I always sign this guy, Arsenal youngster. I signed literally every lower league FM I can do. Polish midfielder, quite a good wage. Brought a really good keeper in as well. From Swansea on loan, or he played with Swansea, also Chelsea youngster. Signed him a few times, plenty of potential there. And also signed Tyler Boyd as an experienced signer. I felt that's one experienced player. He's 28, playing right back. I think it was Stoke youngster. Yeah, he was Stoke youngster. So yeah, brought some good solid players in. We did have a few players leave, and they were all on loan really. I just loaned out players. He went permanently. Never really worked for him at Torquay. They went on loan, but I think he went permanently eventually. So this is a squad. Literally haven't really changed it because I did a lot of the signings last season. Um, but looking at the goalkeepers, so we've got too many. I would normally have two, three at most. I've ended up with four because I was just signing good players basically, and I did end up loaning players out, I believe. But yeah, I overstacked it because I made so much money in the cup. I did get quite a big squad with loads of assets, which will help sell down the line a little bit. But yeah, the goalkeeper. So my number one will be Ted Curd. He'll be number one for a couple of years if he performs at the level. Um, Ronson who is, yeah, I signed him at the end of last season, made four appearances, was brilliant as we won the league. He's going to be a number one this year because of the quality of the team I'm getting. God, I've also got Ben Vickery, who I hope to get on loan from Man City's academy. I would never normally do this, but they're all like assets for the club potentially, and a Chelsea young keeper. So getting them out on loan and see where they go. They could also grow into my number one thing. I signed he can play centre back and right back from Chelsea's academy. He came at the end of last season as well. So yeah, that transfer screen it didn't quite work. It's a slight little bug because I went back a season. Apparently, I made no transfers last season, which is nice, isn't it? But yeah, I signed this guy on a free transfer from Chelsea. It's quite a big wage for National League, but I do have the money. I'm going to spend it. I want to get out into the Football League. I believe this club, once we find our feet, could, the target for me is top half playoffs, but if we win the league, I won't be surprised. Um, so I've still got Denzel, who probably my first choice right back for now. So I'm very solid the last two seasons. Hopefully, he can make this step up. I brought in this guy at the end of last season. Literally as the window came in. So Saxon Early is another transfer I signed. Um, Transfer I signed? Yeah, good English. Signed him from Wigan. ex-Plymouth, that's why I know him. 110k Wigan signed for, and then I got one free transfer. So really not great business for Wigan, but he did struggle in League One a bit. So in the National League, he should be a good player. He can play up the wing, he can play in centre midfield, but I have signed him on quite a few FMs now. Jay Falston, he'll be my second choice left back this season. Very solid for me in the last couple of seasons. That shows how good the squad is. Bear in mind that he's rated 2 star and he's one of the best players. Alex Kirk signed him near the latter parts of last season. He'll be an option. Played 6 games at the end of last season for me. Tom Edwards, I think, is a right back option. Experience, just a little bit of experience in. Good National League player. A good National League player is 2.5 star. I think that kind of sums it up. Sam Dreyer, he's been a very good part of my campaign so far. I've played 45 times Torquay before. Played a lot of games for Torquay now. Played basically every game in the last 2 seasons for me. Matt Worthington, now this was a really interesting one. Obviously, he did so well in the first season, gets sent off. He played 46 times, get plays sent off 2 foot someone in the playoff final. I just think obviously he then lost his place because he's suspended. I had players come in, and then halfway through the season, he just wanted to options at the end of the season. I presume he went this season, he went next season. So it's weird that a player of 18 months left on his contract, and yeah, I'm not going to stay here, by the way. But he's on one of my highest earners. He ended up becoming a bit more fringe, still made 31 appearances. So I did try and offload him, but I couldn't. But having him in the National League, fantastic. Joe Upton played 33 times last season, very good midfielder, ex-Liverpool youngster. Got a lot of central midfielders. Need to use him a little bit more this year. Played 8 times, needs a pre-season behind him, really does think quite work. Some players like that we sign one of free. Also say Harrison Dudek, I always sign this guy. Actually made an appearance for Arsenal, 1 appearance each last couple of seasons. So now to have him, he's a good Sky Bet League 2 player already in the National League. You can go far. Delighted that I got him. Carl Ramsey, really good player, but he played 38 times last season, scored 5 goals, but it deserves to play more, but I've got so much strength in that area. Signed Overton, I managed to get on a good deal. I thought I was going to lose him, to be honest with you. He wanted ridiculous amounts of money to the very end of the season, and he got 1.5 grand. So I got him down, and he's probably not even going to be starting midfield at this point, which shows the strength of the team. Um, this guy signed him at the end of last season. I haven't played yet. Free transfer was it from Chelsea's academy. He can really go far. Winger, yeah, buzzing, buzzing. It's one asset, can play both sides. I've got so much talent now. Matthew Henderson Hall, another fantastic signing from Man City's academy. Another winger on that side. I've just got so much talent and so many assets. They could grow for a couple of years. These could be the players that can hopefully get me out of this league. They can even go to the football league, get me out of this league, football league, and get me out of the football league. It's through my youth academy, a good player. Hopefully, he can grow, get him a few loans. Signed him at the end of last season. Again, I've got possibly 2 wingers. One will probably go on loan. He scored. He cleared the ground running. He scored 2 goals. I've got so much talent in a wing now. It's unbelievable. Tyler Martin, he will go out on loan. Signed him last season. He made 5 appearances, didn't really break through, but he will go out on loan hopefully. Which leaves me a bit of a problem. Dylan Morgan, one of my best players. He's going to get unhappy. I've got so many wingers. He's now 2 stars. Still going to be useful for me. Still a good player. He's on 1.1 grand a week as well. I did try and loan him out. And the same, would you believe it, with Jordan Young. That injury really messed up his progress because he's lost his place in the team. Obviously, instrumental first season, played 46 games. And maybe just haven't quite been the same player since he missed that penalty in the final either. But he's on like 1.9 grand a week. And he's barely playing. I've tried to get him on loan, which I don't want to do. I'm going to have him around the squad, but he just won't probably be getting the minutes he deserves. It shows the strength of the other players I've got, including this guy. I mean, he's unbelievable. And the number 10 from Torquay United, from Man United's academy, 2.4 grand a week. Again, the money I can build from the sort of yeah, from the cup run, I've also got an asset or two now. He's a good League Two player. I've signed an unbelievable team, really. If I can get them gel, get the most out of them, I can challenge, definitely. Um, James Bailey, I mean, he's now 2.5 stars. So he was unbelievable last year when Jordan Young got injured. He's got 10 goals from the wing. Like so much talent. I am getting a bid. Olive Henderson, he contract talks to him are struggling. He wants quite a lot. He wants so obviously he's had his head turned. This is why youth academy legend. Um, through the youth, it's an issue. It's an issue. Um, yeah, it's not ideal, but I think I'm gonna have to cash in. I want him. You want these players to be with you the whole time when they come to the youth academy. But at the end of the day, if I get 300, 400k and a sell-on clause for my championship with Premier League team, and maybe even a loan back with all the talent I've got, I've basically replaced him already. So if he does go, and 400k would help the club finances, of course, and show how important the youth is. Aaron Jarvis, two-star, but honestly, I had to sign him for that run of goals at the end. Got 9 crucial goals. He's an option. He's an option up front. Was a Cody Cook went. This guy I signed, I brought in this summer. Man United Academy again. Just went through the academy players. When you're in the National League, that's what I do. Oh, yeah, voice breaking tonight. Um, yeah, got the players. Another great talent. So I've got 3 great strikers, including the star at the end of last season, Joe Brayson, who was already kind of peaked. He got 14 goals that come from Newcastle Academy, so he's going to be a player. I really feel like I'm going to be fighting around the top of the National League this season. And yeah, let's bring it on. Let's bring it on, honestly. In terms of the season preview, yeah, we're right up there in terms of the pre-season favourites. As you can see, we've got Harrison in there in the team, Dream 11. Crew, they've just got relegated. They're up there. Southend should be tricky. They lost in the playoffs last season. I think we have them first game. Rated Altrincham, Harley, Rochdale, Boston, Harrogate have come down. Chippenham came up with us in the playoffs. That's mad. So Dagenham lost the playoffs again. Chippenham won the playoffs. That's quite funny in a way. And Yeovil put itself quite a good season. Yeah, key players in the league, couple of mine, and we're a newly promoted team. It's rare you get players in the media 11, so it's looking like a good season. The league campaign starts at Southend, who in the promotion odds were right at the top with us. So it's always felt like it's going to be a tricky game. The first game of the season is always difficult. If you lose it, you never quite know how good a team's going to be because they're the first 10 games. Also, we did go 1-0 down. So what I'm saying is, if we got Bass in this game, it'd be easy to panic. But for all we know, Southend could be up there. Or on the other hand, you could be like, "God, their team's tough," and then they're one of the worst teams. So you never know. I'm stating the obvious. However, the obvious thing was we went 2-0 down, and as a newly promoted team, your main thing is to not get relegated. And obviously, one of my main aims to get out of the National League, the correct way, not get relegated back. But obviously, been 2-0 down at half time, been 2-0 like 18 odd minutes. I'm good. Let's be honest with you. But still, it's a it's a new team in a way. It's still like this like same unit as last season, same backbone. But it was more just the fact that I don't know, we got quite a lot of young players there, and once I find the right balance to go 3-0 down, not a good debut for Ted Kerr at all. But I've also got plenty of options, like if Ted Kerr doesn't work out, I've got Ronson, who was really good in the 4 games he played in our last season in goal. I've got all these creative players. I've got Dylan Morgan, Jordan Young to like fall back on. James Scanlon announced himself an absolute stunner of the many fantastic new signings I brought in for this season, which I'm just really, really excited about, to be honest with you. But yeah, the main thing is not to get battered. And as the second half, run a few switches, got a few things ready, and we weren't battered in this game. And obviously, the scoreline is the most important part. They're still playing with promising signs. It's a good team. But for the first few games, I was still playing this high line and high press. We did get back into the game though, 3-2. Nice play with Joe Brayson. Lovely finish after I think the cross was deflected. But first few games, yeah, I started the high line. If it don't quite work, then I'll put it to more of a medium press. That's literally the extent of my tactical changes I make, and maybe a few roles changes. I always believe in the same philosophy, getting the best out of players. If we need to be a little bit more solid, we need to be a bit more solid. But I always believe in playing the best football that allows my team to be solid at times, as we went 4-2 down. This point goal, the defence was too wide open in this game, and Southend punished us. A bit of a wake up call maybe at the start of the season. But you need them. Wasn't a disaster. We played all right. There's some good performances, especially going forward, but it's important to get a result. We went to Woking, our old domestic rivals, if you remember the old National League South title back in the day. James Scanlon again was out. What a strike. 1-0 up, literally 20 seconds in. So I literally said, play the same way. I wasn't harsh after the Southend game at all. It was important, and getting a clean sheet was ideal. But you look at the talent at the back, there's more enough. Being solid, but also let your best players win you the game. And I've signed a lot of fantastic footballers, and that's what I wanted as well. Sort of the solid players. Lou Overton obviously starts and still running midfield. Filbert, so lovely the cross. Keeper comes and claims that though. But yeah, 1-0 up against Woking. I'm happy with the team. How are people finding Football Manager? Let me know. How's your Torquay saves doing? If you're doing one, please feel free to let me know. Bradbury comes forwards. Harrison do that with a good chance coming forwards, and he puts it across the keeper. Keeper can't cut it out, and it's bundled in. Bradbury again. I don't know why I said that. Even Bradbury. Fuck, I haven't listened to that in like 10 years. Oh my God. Showing me age now. But yeah, 2-0 up at Woking. Was that even Vine? I can't even remember. It's terrible. I just remember people in my college talk like quoting that. And it's all in this bank of impulsive things I say. Anyway, we're 2-0 up, and Woking got a goal back, annoyingly. Hopefully, we won't go and get any late magic. So, what late magic? Anyone remember Ben Winter's goal? Anyone? Any Woking fans watching? Anyway, Henderson still interested in the championship. Still negotiating that, whether to wait out for a bit or cash in and get a loan back. I just want players that are going to be here. You don't want to be here at the end of the day. He didn't hand in a transfer request or anything, but he just also we didn't want to sign a new deal. And I've got plenty of assets. But lovely early ball by one of my summer signings. 3-1. That is a football. A mix of nice passes. Just get early crosses into the box. We don't have loads of height in our team, but we're creative and then a 3-1 win and our first win, sorry. It's weird that we started with two away games. We played at home to Crewe, went 1-0 up. Crewe got relegated from League Two last season. They were the favourites. So instantly, we played two of the three on paper favourites that aren't ourselves. Um, which, I mean, it's not ideal, is it? But also, it's a good test to get them out of the way. Are we going to do a sneak here? Are we going to do a sneak? No, it's to our own player. I lost my bearings. I literally thought that, yeah, we ignored it. But what we can't ignore is how cheap that goal was. 1-1, trying to play like woke football. It's not even passed out the back. That's just a loose ball. That's just aimless by the defence. I don't understand it. There's not even a press from Crew. Oh wow. Crew started. We've been a coup. What am I on about? We're rolling. I've got to treat it as live. Going forward, Crew are coming forward. And yeah, well, their striker was a coup for them. Anyway, Sam Jerome made a mistake and we're 2-1 down. Bloody disaster. Edwards got the ball, threw it. Nice. Can you count as long throw? Not really. It's a progressive throw. I like it. Pass into the space. Why do we not do that from throw-ins? But yeah, I was sort of experimenting for my like back four a little bit, but it got Fulton, got like you just got the players. We've got the players. We've got so many options. Filbert is one of them. The new wingers coming in, cross into the box. It's 2-2. Nice to see Ramsey getting some minutes and scoring. Obviously, we lost Matt J. He didn't want to be here anymore. He wanted a ridiculous wage. Decided just to sign two very good assets who are probably as good as him but younger, with same wages. So, it's a shame to lose him. Obviously, a player that's very influential in this. But yeah, Ramsey hopefully will get a few more minutes. But there's so much talent there, like Young and Morgan haven't got near the team yet. So yeah, 2-2. All all go. It's all go. It's a good start. It's good entertainment. I know I'm leaving the full game clips in. You don't know what's coming. Crew coming forward in the 60, it's a 58, 68th minute. Coming forward. Oh my God. Oh, this keeper. Meant to be good. What's he done there? What's he done? What's he doing? 3-2 down, but we rescued our 8 point, 3-all. We've got 4 points and we played two of the favourites. I'm quite happy with that. There's a lot of sloppy errors, but I'm really happy with the football I've seen. I'm really happy with what we're doing. Ulching at home, they were predicted fourth, so we've literally played, well, we've predicted second, we played predicted first, third, and fourth at the start. So that's a nice way to test where we are, really. Going forward, Brayson, it'd be nice to get that home win as well. Filbert coming forward, good cross into the box, and again, Brayson with the goal at the back post. That man is on fire. Fantastic stuff for Torquay. Lovely football crosses to back post. You don't need to be tallest, just have to have good movement about you. The game was not done there yet, though. We've got quite a lot of possession. Going forwards, 2-0. Not many words to say for that, to be honest, but we'll take that. 2-0 up. Beautiful stuff. This would be 7 points if we can hang on. 7 points is a very good start. Yes, the obvious thing is that we want to stay up when you get promoted, but I want to start mid-table, build, you never know where you're going to go. It's going to be a bit inconsistent at the start. I'm going to find out, the most consistent form. Tom Edwards coming forward in. Look at that, the new right back. 28 years old. He's a veteran of the squad. 3-0 up. We've got some players. So 7 points is very good. Went to South Shields away and we went 1-0 up. They won the North in the first season, I'm pretty sure. But we won here in the FA Trophy in the first season. We went 1-0 up. It's looking like it's going to be a great start to the season. Delighted, really. Absolutely delighted. Will it stay that way though? Um, I'm finding the balance, obviously sticking with the 4-2-3-1. I literally haven't moved that formation since the start of the save, which is nice. But South Shields did equalise. I did sort the keepers around in this game, um, which, well, it didn't help on that goal, of course, but just trying to make it a little bit more solid. Find that, just players are young and a bit inconsistent. Leverton put a good cross into the box, which is that it was terrible. I said it was good before I saw it. I was saying because I presumed it was going to be my highlight. It is actually terrible. There's no one there. Sapier's coach is getting sacked in the morning. Um, but yeah, apart from that, it's all good. But we went 2-1 down, which is a disaster. So it'd be frustrating if we get two away defeats in 3 games. But you can't do everything, can you? I've got to be patient with this. It was a very disappointing defeat, though, to South Shields. I can't lie. As we went to our next game at home to Boston, games are coming thick and fast. 1-0 up in the 19th minute. Lovely move. The home form is looking very good at this stage, which is ideal. Um, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I've just got to be patient. Obviously, going from a league where you're winning every game to where we're pushing. There's going to be a lot of good teams up there. But it's important against Boston that we did our bit. Low Everton coming forward. Lovely turn by Bradbury. Oh, he's unbelievable. I've got the strikers now. I've got two fantastic strikers. This team, honestly, I really feel like could do a job in League Two almost. So it's nice. Again, it's just a case of getting out of this league, really. But yeah, we were playing really good football most of the game. And then near the end, final 10 minutes, again, it was a hat trick, another convincing home win. If we can keep this home form up and if we can start picking up those results away, we can go for promotion this season. But Torquay 3, Boston nil. Clearly, we're not going to be relegation fodder, which is a nice. We should hopefully be pushing towards playoffs, hopefully. Just finding the best 11. I've got loads of rotation, which I like. Howson do that. He's been a great sign. And Bradbury, I mean, no words for him, how good he is. 4-0 up against Boston. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Um, what a team. Torquay United 4, Boston nil. Revenge, the 06-07 saga. And that is a table. We're just inside the playoffs, scoring plenty of goals, conceding plenty as well. It's been entertaining. It's what I promised. Football is entertainment. I've gone between the two keepers, really. I'd say Jordan Young, I can't even find a minute on Morgan, but that shows the quality I've got in this squad in case it doesn't work. Our away problems unfortunately continued though. We went to Tottenham away to a team that beat us in the playoff final on penalties, trying to get revenge. Even a point would be a good result, but in the last kick of the game, more Tottenham heartbreak, a deflect effort, find its way past Ted Curling goal, which would mean it'd be one of these annoying, consistent starts where our away form, we won once away from home at Woking, but Tossen, the bogey team, unbelievable, honestly. But yeah, back-to-back defeats to South Shields and Tossen. We're going to have to fix that if we're going to want to not be a mid-table team. But still, the main thing was continue this great home form. Eastleigh at home next. Went 1-0 up in 12 minutes. It was a lovely move. I did do a couple of tweets. I'm not too sure what game it was before the Tottenham game, but I basically put the high line down to about middle, sort of like medium, balanced high line and press. Because I felt we were getting, just a little bit too many goals. And at some point, it obviously works. Henson Hall terrorising going forward. Ramsey, lovely finish. 2-0. Trey Coyle. I've got so many good players in this team, so many good assets for the club. 2-0 up. Beautiful stuff. It really is. Going forwards, EC did try to get back into the game. Will they get back into the game? We'll see. And down our left-hand side, cross into the box. I don't really know what marking is going on, and this defense. Realistically, I wouldn't pay him wages for how he was left for at the right post, at the back post on the right side of the defense. How the defense was just kind of in a cluster in the midfield. I'm not really seeing us concede goals like that. Anyway, into the second half and literally look at that for direct from a kickoff. Rather than just booing it out for throwing nonsense, try and just put it out, get your defence in behind. I mean, it's rare that the opposition defence will be that poor, but what a touch, what a finish. 3-1 up and an incredible home form where we've only drew one game and won the rest against Crew, that was who won the better teams continued, or look to continue at least. 3-1 up against Eastleigh. Got attacking talent. We need to start getting draws and wins away from home, and we can get into the playoffs this season. Coyle coming forward. Another assist for him, and yet another goal for Lee Bradbury. It's Torquay 4, Eastleigh 1, which rounds out another game until we lost again away from home at Sutton. Ah, down to ninth place. If we just got a couple points away from home, getting frustrated now though. Halifax at home, can we keep up the home form? Well, the inevitable will happen though. We can't win every game at home. This is the building season. Maybe it's not the season we thought. But that being said, that it's a long way to go. We go 1-0 down to Halifax. In terms of the highlights showing in this save, originally I started showing every game and speaking over them like that. I start recording this once the full game will come out. Obviously, I'm quite a bit ahead in the actual save. And unfortunately, the game crashes every 2 or 3 times. You go into highlights mode, it gets stuck on warming up. It's not pricey for things they need to fix the most. I think that's been reported in the glitches anyway. But yeah, so what I'll be doing going forward, I'll be showing the odd highlights and then I'll be showing a couple of results, the odd highlights, and it keeps it flowing, keeps it fun to make from my point of view. It won't change your sort of thing. We'll get through episodes a bit. I'm going to aim to do a kind of episode every so you're getting like a season every 1.5 weeks, 2 weeks. So, we can get 20 seasons done and that'll be like 40 weeks time. That's the thing. We'll say 1-1 though, late equaliser at home. Lee Bradbury again, the same sort of goal, working it to wide positions, finding the space middle, just getting in the crosses, get movement in the box. That's all I believe in. So I love to do, honestly, just looking up. Could we do the unthinkable to keep this fantastic home form going? Dylan Morgan getting some minutes. Important to edge him and Young back in team. Saxon early in left back doing Raul Lewison. Can we get something? Is there going to be a last minute goal? Sam Dreyer is looking left and right. What's he do to Daniel Armour, his centre back partner, comes forward. That's a lovely move. Look at it run off the ball. Henderson, no way. And again, we scored the same sort of goal. It's 2-1. The movement by Henderson there, the youngster on of our own, and the ball from the right back stepping into inverted. That's what you need. Movement off the ball. It's what I believe in. 2-1 up. And look at that. We've got the talent. And then finally, we got the away win. Went to Chelmsford, who won the playoffs last season. 1-0 win. Oliver Henderson getting the goal. Went to Chester, 2-0 win. Henderson again. Louis Bradbury again for 0-0 draw. Unfortunately, didn't win at home. 5,000 at Playmore though. 0-0 draw. 7 points. It's a good run. We're then travelled up to Gateshead. Key to continue this like rejuvenated away form. And we went 1-0 down. The longest trip of the season. Torquay fans, have we missed doing that? We'll see. But yeah, a long trip to Gateshead. Nice to be back doing that trip for Torquay fans, and it was not going well. It was not looking good at all. Also, we've had a couple. Remember, was it Andrew Wright back in the Nicholson Great Escape? We won 2-1 here, and it kind of kickstarted our Great Escape. I'll come back to 1 or 2. But yeah, some memories here, and also some bad ones. But Trey Cole coming forwards. Ashley from Denzel with a chance. I've said his name the wrong way around. It's no Overton or Overton Row, whatever you want to say. 1-1 with the strike. Denzel getting assist. He's been in and out of the squad. A nice bit of rotation, honestly, but we're pushing towards playoffs now. If we get a draw win here, that would be a win would be 3 wins in a row away from home. That change just make us a little bit more solid, having not so much a high press. This is helping. And we're still doing well at home. I was going a little bit in between high and low, but in a way, I just find like a balanced suit with it, really. But I feel like this team's getting better as the season goes along as a plan. Dylan Morgan coming forward as we get more cohesion. And then was that a penalty? Oh, not too sure. Not at all. The rest says no. Sam Dreyer wins the header, as he always does. Armour, finally, so Turner Cook starts to get some minutes after the voice needs to play more. On his right side, can play all across the midfield really. Some lovely footwork by the man, and he gets it. I think that's his first goal for us. 2-1 up at Gateshead. Absolutely fantastic stuff up the yellows. Is this the changing point? Are we going to start pushing promotion now if we fix the away form? We will see. Going forward though. Still going all right, still going well. A Denzel coming forward. Can we get another goal to try and kill off Gateshead? Well, or are we going to use the ball? We shall see. Well, Gateshead put the ball forward, but luckily Denzel picks up the suspense of his extended highlights build. Going forward, Joe Upton finds Turner Cook, who's playing well this game. Trey Coyle, very important player, can play number 10. All these players I love because they play in the winger or the number 10. They just put them in positions, they make magic. Lovely ball into the box, and that Manly Bradbury went for it. Back post to Morgan's get more minutes. And Young at the moment, low across the back post. And Trey Coyle, one of the many great players that keep Jordan Young out of the team, makes it 3-1. A memorable 3-1 victory at Gateshead. as we went into the FA Cup first round against Rotherham. Yes, we qualified for first round. One of them was a qualifier recently. I must have missed said that. But yeah, first round against Rotherham. 0-0 half time. So Turner Cook with a lovely ball into the box, and that sort of goal again. And it's bundled in by James Scanlon. 1-0 up against the League One or League Two sides. And this shows the strength and the form we've got if we're going toe to toe with these teams. This would be a huge result. Obviously, the third round last year built a club really, but helped me build this squad. Gave me a really good budget for this season to get all these assets in. Getting to West Ham away was crucial. Can we get to third round again? We like the buckle days. Cup competitions are so important going forward. Dylan Morgan, and that's a fantastic play. And Dylan Morgan showing why it's important I kept him 2-0 up. He's been really showing some promise again. Even though it's only 2 stars, we don't look at stars. We beat Rotherham, another cup upset in this era. We played Rochdale again, one of the teams tipped to be near the top this season. It was a stalemate until the second half when the opposition came forward. Important that, we don't let home form slip. We're really starting to build promotion form into the playoffs now. I'll show the table at some point. Crossing to Boxstone, Rochdale went 1-0 up. So after that fantastic result in Rotherham looked like a disappointing home defeat back in the league, would be our issue. Not done there yet though, are we? Or is it Rochdale, sorry, that we're not done going forward? We win the ball back. Can we counter attack? Then my Evans playing for Rochdale. Dylan Morgan coming forward on the left hand side. Lovely ball through to Scanlon in the number 10. Can he find someone in the rain? Back to Morgan, and he is on fire. Did he have his goal robbed there? It was Bradbury that robbed him. That was going in. Morgan must be fuming. But either way, we rescued yet another late goal. We keep going to the end, which would be a good home point against a team that's also in the playoffs, I believe. But could it get even better? Sure not another late winner. Joe Upton. Wow. Wow. It's effort. It's the bar. Comes back out. Lee Bradbury, poacher's finish. Another memorable win. And that's what well into the playoffs now before a 4-1 win at Bournemouth. Bailey, Bradbury, Morgan, Denzel scoring. Stevenson for Bradley, for Bournemouth into that time. Then Bradbury penalty. Two penalties actually in the game against Kidderminster, a 2-0 win, another clean sheet. This is the squad that's put us right into promotion contention. Again, Harrison, he's actually on international duty at the moment, but Henderson, yeah, so he's still wanted. He's injured at the moment. I might cash in. I've got some good players, and he's really not budging. I've got another year left, but as long as we get that sell-on clause, that could be vital for clubs' future. Taker did get an injury. He started to play quite well, but it's quite hard to find a squad. We're going to get quite unhappy players, but we go to Scunthorpe with fourth place though. But the problem is Southend are running away with it. But we can do what we can do. 1-0 up at Scunthorpe. One of the teams going for it, they are. I think they're second or third. Southend, so they beat us 4-2. And to show why that result was not to be panicked about in the opening day, because they're running away. There's a massive gap. We're about 7-8 points behind the top. So it looks like the main thing is Joe Upton rifles a fantastic strikes, get better and better, get into the playoffs and see if we can win them, honestly. Southend really looking team to beat, as well as Scunthorpe, who we are beating 2-0. And it could get even better. Harrison do that. Back for international duty, did put ball in. But can Scunthorpe, can they break now? Can they break? We shall see. Going forward, Joe Upton, look at the control we have in these games. How much it rains? Is it me or is it a nitpick? Is it slightly too rainy? I know it's England, but like I've seen a bit too much, especially when it's raining in the summer. I don't want to see that aesthetically, honestly, it rains the weather. I do prefer the match engine this year, of course I do. But yeah, with Dylan Morgan's on fire at the moment at back post. Scunthorpe nil, Torquay 3. We're literally one of the best teams. We're the best teams in the league at the moment. Obviously, those stupid home away defeats at the start have meant we're massively behind Southend. But still, 3-0 up at half time at Scunthorpe. All is going pretty well, right? 3-0 up again with our promotion rivals. We're cutting the gap. If we get second or third as well, Southend surely got to drop it at some point. Scunthorpe, though, could have had a rocket at half time. Disappointing goals to concede, 3-1. No worries, though, right? No worries. Keep going, and it will be fine. Anyway, we can go forward and we can get another goal. Harrison, I'm not really too sure what's kind of happened there, if I'm brutally honest, with Harrison. His brain kind of stopped working, but hey, it happens to the best of us. He's a great player. Still, though, no worries, right? We're 3-1 up. We're on fire at the moment. What could go wrong? Scunthorpe coming forwards. Okay, it's getting a bit worrying now. They've been on for score. They've scored another goal. We've got well, I'll change something. I'll bring it back. It'll be fine. We scored a lot of goals away from home. Our waveforms, it's a lot better now. It should be all good, right? There's nothing to worry about. What could go wrong? 3-0 up at half time, eh, lads? Don't worry about it. But still, this is Swanee ball. There's a lot of risk and a lot of reward coming forward, though. Scunthorpe, and they've made it 3-0. How disappointing is that to throw away a 3-0 lead at Scunthorpe? Now, what would be really annoying once you've thrown away a 3-0 lead is to then throw away a 4-0 lead in the next game. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm having a great season, right? How do I throw a 3-0 lead away and then concede a 4-0 lead against Morecambe? I did try and show the goals were getting kept crashing, but never mind. We're still in the playoffs. It's going well. Thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Basically got to win. It feels like every game as going to be second place, and this game starting in the worst place possible. It's snowing at this time. It's anything's possible, I guess. But yeah, 1-0 down to Morecambe. It's a game we really need to win. You know, we've done so well this season, but this looks like we're going to come undone as we go 1-1 against a team as good as Southend, which is fair enough, really. There's no complaints. But second half of this looked like the game where the title would die. 2-1 defeat. It looked like we're heading to in the 58th minute. In the 72nd minute, Morgan to sort of kill the game off 3-1. No complaints, really. It's been one other season, but I think that is the season done. You know, to first season back in National League, great squad, done great. Or is it twist? 3-2 back in the game. Ollie Henderson, the youth academy star who stole to Burnley, obviously loaned back to the end of the season. Before, look at the amount of late goals going into stoppage time. Lewis steps up, when a key player to hold this save. 3-all back in the game. They're hanging on a thread. We need to win this game ideally, but still, that just shows the spirit we've got going forward, which would hope to get us to the playoffs, but surely not. 96th minute, ball into the box. Henderson. Oh my God, what a play has been in the history of this club for me. Country Academy, I've got about 400,000 plus a hefty sell-on clause for him. What a player, 4-3. The title race continues, and it continues to Yeovil. Aaron Jarvis getting some games like because of a couple of injuries up front. You know, scores crucial goals in the last season against his old team. Yeovil hopelessly rooted to the bottom of the National League in this, after being predicted to be one of the promotion candidates. 2-0 up at Yeovil, was playing beautiful football. Ollie Henderson again, 3-0. Oh, it's unbelievable. This team is honestly incredible. Denzel coming forward. I'm calling it Filbert on the box. Put it into the box. 4-0. Aaron Jarvis again. Yeovil 0, Torquay 4. The football is honestly incredible. Going forward, Yeovil though. 20th minute. But once we did lose a 4-0 lead early on in the season. Going forwards, they did get a goal back. One goal back. It'll be fine though. It'll be fine. We only conceded a 3-0 and a 4-0 lead back to back this season. Yeovil come forward again, are they? 4-2, it's fine. We get more goals. It's not going to happen again, is it? You know, famously, I'm good at defending these. My team's good at these sort of things, right? It's not a problem here. 38th minute, 5-2. What a game to be in a stadium without a roof. Of course, it's raining again. It's FM 25, 26, and every time there's a game in England, it's raining. There wasn't actually going to the second half when Yeovil completely 6 to the stomach of us. Yeovil 2, Yeovil 6. Yeovil 2, Yeovil 6. Yeovil 2, Torquay 6. What a team. And we're still going. Southend kept winning though. Southend kept plays Scunthorpe. We've just got to win every game and hope for the best. We're still behind them. So demoralising. Win a game 6-2, win that game 4-3. They will step up surely at some point. Will it be us? 1-0. Scunthorpe. Obviously, what was it? This one we were 3-0 up at in the season. Go 1-0 down. Frustrating. But still, it's going okay. We're doing well. The team is doing very well indeed. Going forward. It's all right. We're going forwards. Good chance. Aaron Jarvis, Henderson, the man on form, poor defensive line by Scunthorpe. It's 1-1. Nice. What a team. What a team we've got here, honestly. Like, I've built. And if we don't go up, hopefully we go up next season. But 2-1 down, it's looking like this would be the game where the title run ends. And if I'm honest, we need to get better at these sort of games because obviously Scunthorpe most likely can play sort of teams in the playoffs. But still, we've got plenty of spirit. The amount of times I generally was like, okay, this is the game where the season most likely ends. Going forward, Florini, who I'd signed, the new signs, the only players I signed, Lewis Florini in the midfielder. 2-2, scanning that back post for many fantastic creative players. If we went up, I generally don't think I'd improve the squad much, honestly. I wouldn't be able to, got the capacity, really. But yeah, it's all going well. Going forward, though, Low Everton. If we can get ahead of the game, it'll be incredible. Saxon Early, who's had a fantastic season left back, going to Florino. When who signs again is involved, and again Scanlon makes it a goal. 3-2. Torquay 3, Scunthorpe 2. What a team! The amount of comebacks this season, and we got a revenge. We did get an injury annoying in the number 10 position. But look at the table, and still Southampton win every game. We've got 101 points, and we're most likely not going to win the league. And then the team always, 3 out 3 down. What an argument for it. I was shot away though, penultimate game, and we did get a crucial goal against Scanlon. What a player! And that would be the only goal, and that win would take it to the final day. Are Southend going to get a result? Are we going to go into the final day in the lead? No, we're not. They won again. Look how tight it is. How are one of these teams not going to get promoted? They've done a double over us as well. So we just need to go to Flight and we need to get a win and hope results go our way. Early on though, Denzel, good right back this whole season, his third season with us. Flies Taylor Kirk, Laurie Boyce the box, and that is an accidental goal or a piece of genius. Either way, it's been one of the Polish legends I've sung at every lower league FM, the ex youngster. What a player, honestly. 1-0 up against Flyde into the second half, though. 1 up at half time, and I can tell you, Southend were losing. All these wins, they were losing. I had this feeling if we win every game, we can get promoted. But this is Torquay, and if you remember the first season, I had this, and then I drew the last game. Going forward, Aaron Jarvis, who ended up playing because of injury, the last 2 games, has scored some crucial goals for me. In a run-in to the point where I literally said, if we go up, I'll give him yet another deal just to thank him, basically. They may loan out Ivan as much striker. Because even though the rest of it, he can finish going forward, though. Fly going to break our hearts early on. Are they going to be the team that stop us? And look at that. How annoying is that pegged back? Surely not. If we don't win after literally we've been gifted a chance to get back in the game, I will be fuming. 1-1. Can we get a late goal? Half an hour later, though, and Denzel is the man who scores a crucial goal, who'd been our right back from the start. He'd been more of a second choice right back at times this season, but he scored a goal, and I can tell you that Southend lost. Torquay United are in the Football League. I've got them to the Football League. I'm sitting here in my hoodie because the game's gone, but it doesn't matter. You've got to make football measures and comfort. Torquay United own a Football League. Aldershot, I love you. Aldershot 1, Southampton 0. Completely undeserved. Southend, if they don't win the playoffs, oh my God, we've done it. I've got to the Football League. Let's look at the squad and fair play to them. But like they came up in the first season from the North, so they've done really well. It's nice to see clubs progress with momentum. Momentum's a big thing, like how it should be. Obviously, Cheltenham going down. I don't know. I need to see how they've done actually. National League South, and I do like. There's some things that have really worked in this game. I feel. You want to have characters, always going to have some glitches. I'm a person who enjoy the old FIFA. There are loads of glitches, but it's simple. But I get that that's the whole point of the game. You want to be simple and enjoy the game a little bit, and that's probably where they've gone wrong for a lot of people, and that's understandable. I digress. Mental, 106 points, and they lost the playoffs. How brutal is that? Honestly, Rochdale ended up coming 4th. South Shields came 3rd. Scunthorpe came 5th. A lot of good battles with them. We've seen Crewe again. Pre-season, favourites there. Boston, we beat them at the start as well. Shows how tricky the start of the season was. Aldershot, Chester, Altrincham. Tottenham on another solid season. Obviously beat us in the first final, but it didn't beat us in the league, did you? See ya. But still, fair play, have done really well. Hartlepool, no. So they're Yeovil, 32 points, a disastrous season for them again. Halifax, Harrogate, Kidderminster, they're going back down. Let's look at the rest of the leagues. We saw an end to the Man City dominance. Liverpool won. Hey, not an Arsenal, not Newcastle. Again, the Vegas season in 4th place doing well. Brighton doing well. Chelsea there. Man United still struggling down as a mid-table team. Leicester Palace straight back down. Brentford going down as well with Leeds staying up of the new promoted teams. Done well. Fulham, Southampton going up. Burnley through the playoffs. Same sort of teams. Ipswich missing out. Wrexham still mid-table. Bristol there. Sheffield United mid-table. Oxford, Preston and Leighton are going down. Sheffield Wednesday surviving. Luton still down 17th. Portsmouth back up to the Championship. Reading, nice to see them recovering back up to the Championship. How close that was. Derby, they won a playoff won a playoff final on penalties. Beating Cardiff. Plymouth, highest in this so far, just missing out on the playoffs. Exeter got relegated. Exeter down to League Two. As we get, well, that means we'll be meeting them next season. We're meeting them next season. Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? For us, Stevenage, Burton, and Doncaster also coming down League Two, the league we're going to. See what happened there. Peterborough are coming back to League One. Salford going to League One. Bradford straight back. Crawley win the playoffs. I think they beat Gillingham in the final again. Newport 16th. Forest Green goes back down to the National League. Shows we're also going down. Oldham just about surviving there. Nice for them. Of course, Cheltenham will go to the North Divide. They won the playoffs. They won the playoffs. I think they beat Braintree in the final. Tamworth, yeah, beat Tamworth 2 in the final. Solihull Moors winning back into the National League, win the league. Scarborough second. Unlucky for Scarborough, Tamworth, and Braintree. Peterborough Sports going Buxton, Spalding, and Merthyr Town. Maxfield still 14th, still sort of midway. Hereford as well, still kind of in the lower parts of this league. Dagenham finally got out of the league. I think Andy Carroll's still there. Is Andy Carroll still there? Let's have a look. My game not going to allow this. No, 58 players in the senior squad. Crikey. Not allowed to see them though, but we don't worry about that. But you can see the Dorking squad, too many players to handle for the game. The Dagenham. We're starting the key players. But yeah, I'll look at it in a minute. But yeah, so Dorking won the playoffs. They're back in the National League. Went to Mark White. If he's still there. Paultown, they're staying up. They're on the right. Hemmel's gone. Horsham gone. Truro, lower team now in the National League South. So look, Dawkins, Mark White still there. Oh my God, I don't know. Sam Cox, manager. No, Mark White is not there anymore. Let's just search for Andy Carroll before we look at European winners. Because a 3-year deal within his last year. He's now a coach. He retired. He retired at the end of last season. So yeah, as soon as he stops being a player, they get promoted. But he was a thorn in my side. But Dagenham finally got promoted the year after us. Finals not been played. You have to find out. Start the next episode for Care to win Barcelona Liverpool. Thank you for watching. We'll see you then.